Hello beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having an awesome day, and today's video is going to be a Glamlite little first impressions review kind of video for you. So today I am reviewing the S'mores highlighter and blush palette, as well as the chocolate donut eyeshadow palette from Glamlite, which looks like this. Look at this little cute packaging. Did not like that against my teeth at all. But today we're testing out both these products. The donut palette retails for $22 and this little trio here retails for $18. And without any further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get into today's video. We're gonna test these things out, okay? Let's get started. I don't know. Okay, I'm just really happy with how the look turned out. I'm acting weird. Also, I tried out a new lip shape. Let me know what you think. Like, it's kind of a flatter top lip and like a wider bottom lip. So you let me know if you like, I need more of a defined cupid's bow like normal, or like more this flat one, or like what you think. All right, without being weird, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. My eyelids are primed with the Draw Cosmetics Clean Canvas Base in Fair. I do have a Draw Cosmetics affiliate link if you ever want to buy anything from them. Let's go ahead and get started before we get with the eye look, before it starts creasing. Let's go ahead and use the S'mores palette. I think it's so cute. Again, the bronzer, like if you saw my unboxing video, the bronzer is too warm, but I'm gonna stack the highlighters. So I'm gonna go into the Marshmallow White highlight shade first. This is a Kaleidos highlighting brush. And I'm just gonna apply it where I would apply my highlighter. It's very glassy. It doesn't have too much base pigment to it. It's very see-through, but very glassy and pretty. And with one highlighter on, I'm also going to try to stack this Graham Cracker shade, the gold one, with this one. I don't know if it's gonna be too dark on my skin tone, that's why I'm stacking it with this other one. Yeah, it's a little dark. It's a little, you can't even tell. In person, I can tell it's too dark. It kind of stands off of my skin a little bit, even stacked with this other highlighter, but with the other highlighter, maybe I can put it on top again. I think it might be able to, I think I can pass with this on. I'm glad I'm not going anywhere because I don't know if I could pull this dark highlighter off. But here it is on the skin. See if you can tell right here and underneath. It looks a little dark in some spots, but the glassy, icy white on top kind of evens it out, but it's a really cute highlighter palette. Glass on the skin, honestly. Let's move on to the chocolate donut palette now. All right, and since this is a nude chocolate donut palette, it's like nude colors in here, I'm gonna try to use a brush that came with the palette. I never actually do this, but I'm gonna do this today because like this is the brush from Sigma that came with their new Warm Neutrals palette. And I'm wondering if people actually make full eye looks with the brushes that come in palettes. So since this is not a very remarkable color scheme today, I'm gonna be trying to use this one brush, double-sided. So let's get started. Also, if you hear any noises, it's like a truck and there's a gaggle of kids outside. Like why? Why are kids outside? It is cold out there. But regardless, let's move on. I don't have any like matte, nice cream matte shade to put over my crease or like under my brow bone area. So we're not gonna do that today, which is not ideal. I like it for blending, especially if it is a donut palette. Donut has white icing on it a lot, but it's fine. So I'm gonna start off with this Sweet Filling, which is the orangey matte shade, on the blending end of the brush. E38, which is my normal blending brush. And I'm gonna start off just adding this to the crease everywhere. All right, now that I have a little bit of color over my crease, I feel like it's easy to go ahead and dip into browns now that I have like a little something, like a little bit of diversity, like a little bit of orange color, not just browns on top of browns on top of browns. So what I wanna do now is I'm gonna add a little warmth. I'm gonna go into Cocoalicious, which is this shade right here, which looks more right on camera. I'm gonna go into this very lightly, tap off the excess, and I'm gonna build this over the first half of the crease, just for a little bit of warmth. I'm gonna keep the cooler tones towards the outer portion, and honestly, this one dip in here with the excess tapped off might be all I need. I would say these shadows already are very pigmented. Like we can see the difference between one tap in and then like just the orange color we had before. These are very pigmented shadows. So now I'm gonna take the same one. I'm gonna go into Double Chocolate, which is the darkest brown matte in the palette. Tap off our excess, and I'm gonna darken up the outer crease with this. Very pigmented shadows on these. I don't expect anything less from Glamlite though. I feel like they really perfected their formulas. It's just sometimes their shimmer formula is just so beautiful and foiled, and sometimes they get kind of smushy in the pan, which I've noticed, but overall, like their mattes are always so pigmented and consistent. I'm experiencing the same thing with this one. All right, so here's my over the crease colors. I think it's very simple and very nice. We used all the mattes except for this Eclair shade, which is kind of in between of these two shades. So I feel like we used the majority of the mattes except for this one, and the rest is all shimmers. There's a ton of shimmer here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 shimmers in here. Obviously, this shade in the center is like the biggest one, so we're gonna have to incorporate this somewhere. Actually, let's go ahead and try to put it in my inner corner and see how dark it is. So this shade, I know it shifts to the light, so you can see it looks darker on that. I'm gonna use the flat end of this brush just to dry, and I'm gonna try to tap this, over my inner corner highlight. It definitely gave it more of a gold, kind of a silvery gold, honestly. So here's my inner corner highlight. I don't know if we can even tell that it's a different color, but it's just added more gold instead of just a standard white shade, which I usually have. And it looks very metallic, so I do appreciate the metallicness of it. So let me do my lid now. For the lid shade, I'm gonna go all over with the shade Chocolate Sprinkles because it looks like so many different colors in this pan. Like it looks like red, it looks like orange, it looks like silver sparkled in there. So I'm gonna go in with my finger. It shifts from like a yellow to a pink to a red. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put, it has sparkles in it. I guess it is called Chocolate Sprinkles. The rest of them are usually metallic. This one has like glitter in it. I'm just gonna put that all over the lid. So here's my lid up close, if we can tell how many colors are in that. Probably not, but it looks like a lot. Now that I have color all over my lid, I'm gonna go back with that dry flat brush on that end, and I'm gonna go into a little bits of white chocolate, which is this shade right here, which I swatched in my unboxing video and had like a little bit of pink reflex in it. So I'm just gonna pick up a little bit and just pop it in the first half of this. This is a dry brush, it's not gonna be full opacity, but I like that it's giving me a little bit of pink and a little bit of yellow right here. So it's brightening up my already fun, colorful, transition-y kind of lid because it has so many colors in that original sprinkly shade we just used. Give me a little bit of brightness. Okay. Now, since I'm trying to use this one brush still, I'm gonna take this dry flat end we just put all the sparkles on with. I might make a mess, but for my lower lash line, I'm gonna take a little bit of the matte we didn't use. So I'm gonna take Eclair, which is this shade right here. Just gonna tap onto the flat end of this brush, tap off the excess, and just dust this under my lower lash line. Actually working out pretty well. Not making too much of a mess. I really thought I was gonna. All right, so here's my eye look. I'm gonna pop on some mascara, lashes, lipstick, finish up my face. I'll be right back, and then we'll talk about what I think of the palette. And the highlight palette too. All right guys, this is the finished look using the S'mores little highlight palette, as well as the chocolate donut palette from Glamlite. Here is my eye look up close, which honestly, I like the dimensions of color in there, but it's nothing too crazy. It does still look like a subtle kind of just neutral eye look, which I appreciate, but the shimmers in here look super, super wet, which I love. Also, the inner corner highlight's a little bit different for me, but it's not too dark, so I feel like it works really well. Overall, I think the S'mores palette, again, I really wish this bronzer shade wasn't so orangey warm. Other than that though, the two highlighters are very pretty. The one's just a little bit dark for my skin. The icy white one is beautiful. The chocolate donut palette, squish squish. I wish it was flat. I know it's part of their aesthetic to have super fun packaging and stuff, but the squishiness is weird to me. And then here is the inside of the chocolate donut again. The lack of shimmers in here doesn't bother me. I mean, the lack of mattes in here does not bother me because there is a few, and they're also going to work with any of these rest of these shimmer colors you decide to put on your lid or wherever you put your shimmers. And not, you know, put your shimmers in your crease you want to. I do it all the time. So wherever you put your mattes and stuff, these kind of shimmer colors all match together really well with them. So I feel like the color combination in here is really nice. I would like a light matte shade or an icy white shade, shimmer shade, one of those two, like a bright pop of something, whether it was a matte or a shimmer, just to make this really pop. I feel like this color could have been a little bit brighter, a little more glamorous, because like if you look at it from this angle, it's just kind of a dark looking palette, and then in the light it looks prettier. But anyways, overall I think the palette performed really well and I'm very happy with it. I just wish it was a little less bulky, but other than that, really great option if you want to check out something cute and fun and really pretty at the same time. So I hope Glamlite does more neutral palettes. Even like their neutrals are still really fun to me because I love their shimmer formula so much. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you've not checked out my Crime Max True Crime podcast, we just covered Phil Hartman's case, who was a comedian as well as SNL person in the 80s and 90s. And if you want to check out how he got murdered, you can check out my podcast. I'm going to keep promoting it, you guys. I love doing it so much. And thank you guys for watching today's video. I'll see you later. Bye.